What's up? Happy Monday. Let's go through some charts and then we'll figure out what we want to do. One thing I do got to go over is these swings that I got. So back in, well, almost at the end of, was it July here? I got these 770, 750 calls. That has been they've been okay. Like I think they went down like 25% or whatever. They're going to be, at least 750s are going to be in the money, and this will be a nice trade. I'll probably sell most of them at open, and then I'll keep this one and add to it on the next pullback. I do think that this will work out. If my read is right, they might just send this to 800. It's only a $50 move anyways. But I do like how these swings have shaped up, so we'll see where that goes. One thing I don't like for SPY right now is that you're opening up right on the call wall. So the call wall is 750, you're above it. We're bunking around, can't really get over 751 here. And this seems suspicious to me. So maybe we got to dip it open, maybe it comes down here and then kind of goes back up. But I'm trying to be patient with SPY as a whole because I think this is suspicious behavior for something. When I compare this to the USO chart, yeah, USO is dumping, but I actually might just buy the dip on USO because this is accumulation. We're not closing below 119. And between SPY and USO, one of them is lying. I just don't know which one. Want to go look at the QQQ. Maybe this does the gap fill today. So let's see if it does. Then I have more confidence in those calls as it goes. Because right now, SPY and QQQ are diverging from each other. You can see that this is clearly bunking around at the call wall. QQQ, they've lowered the put wall from 680 to 660. And then this chart does not look as good to me. This is 45-degree selling. And that's institutional selling. So that's what I see there. Amazon, pretty nice earnings play. I don't know if anyone tailed, but I got the 260s with Sky. They went from $1.10 to like $1,300. So, worked out on that front. And this is institution buying. So it's kind of the opposite spectrum compared to the Qs. On the pullbacks, if we get to 270, I want to get to 275 calls for the end of the week. I do think this is going to accumulate, probably cool down for the next couple of days, and then decide to run up again, maybe by the end of the week. Now, it is a bit of a slow mover. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take a start position on either the 275 calls on the next pullback, or I might just get the 280s for weeklies and see where those end up as a pure lotto. Micron does look pretty good to me. I want to see how it behaves at 800 because 800 is a put wall. I think this will just do this, kind of do a double tap at 800 and then just go back up to like 859, 860 is kind of the target that I got. Crazy move on Friday. I got some calls for the end for Wednesday. I might just roll them at this point in time. But I do like how this chart is shaping. I just hope it doesn't accumulate and just goes back up to like 860, 880 maybe today or Wednesday. So we'll see where that goes. PLTR has earnings later today, I think after close. I do like how it's shaping up. I just want to see this gap fill here and come back down before it goes up. I did see a lot of gamma exposure at 150 for the end of this week, or I think it is, and then 160 for the end of next week. The 160s for next week are only $80, so I might just get a couple of those and ride and see where those go. I don't see how they don't have good earnings. A lot of accumulation for the last couple of days. I just want to see this come back down to like 123 before I get some calls. And if it runs without us and runs without us, I'd rather not chase. And doing fewer trades well is kind of the name of the game right now. IWM, this looks expansive. This looks pretty bullish to me. Usually I'm watching it on the 2-minute because of the zero-dated options. I just want to see if it rejects up here at 294, 295, call it. If it does, you're probably going to come back down, fill this gap before it decides to go somewhere else. So it's a good watch, but I want to see where that goes. But overall, I'm really interested in Microsoft. I think this looks pretty good. I'm surprised this is going up and up and up. You're making like 10% moves every day, basically. There's 14%, and then you went from this low to up here, another like 12%. I don't know if it has another 10% left in it, but if it does, then you're going to 529 pretty quickly. It might be actually by the end of the week. So I'm going to watch this and see where this goes. But I do think that they're just buying the hell out of Microsoft, Amazon, maybe even some of the other mag names. So this trade is setting up again. So this is institutional buying. Whenever you see these 45-degree inclines and we see 45-degree declines, those are institutional sells. And I do like how this is shaping up, to be honest. Like this is a nice, I don't know what it's called, like whatever the flag pattern is. But I do think the MAC trade is setting up once again, and I have a lot of interest in companies like Microsoft and Amazon. Google is also a top watch. I want to see where this goes. What I don't like about Google is that it's rejecting this area. And this is known to reject quite a bit. The 360 leaps that I think I posted a while back are in the money. So if anyone wants to take the win on those, please do. 360Cs. Oops. 360Cs. So I got these. Google calls for 2027. They're 2,500. They're almost up 100%. If anyone tailed me on those, please just take the win. I'm gonna sell most and maybe leave like one or two runners because I just don't have any patience to wait that long for something like Google. And anything could go wrong. But I'm interested in buying the USO dip. That's one of the top watches for me because I do think that this is oversold here, and I don't think any of the sides are agreeing on what the move here is. And it's a pretty cheap, inexpensive hedge. I might get the 130 calls by the end of the week just to see where they go. But they're much easier to hedge with on that front than something like SPY puts or SPX puts or whatever. Palantir probably won't move a whole lot until their earnings. Their earnings are after close. And I think there's a couple other companies like Eli Lilly has earnings this week as well. And there's a bunch of others that might be interesting to look at. But Palantir is a top watch for me. The Lilly cons are expensive, so I don't think it's worth it. And I think either SNDK or one of these memory companies has earnings as well. We'll see where that goes, but I think they're going to start probably shaking out retail for the memory trade before they come back in. And so on Friday, we had this end of month rebalancing. I basically just took the whole day off anyways, got a couple plays and ended up working out. But there's a lot of window dressing, right? There's a lot of institutions and funds that will buy these companies for the end of the month and then sell them off like literally the Monday afterwards. And they do that on purpose because they want to show to their LPs, limited partners, that they're buying some of these companies like Micron, whatever, and then you get this huge sell the day after, but then they come back and they start buying them up afterwards anyway. So let's see what happens. I think there's Snake playing with his baby, so we'll see how that goes.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just going to watch George for the most part. I got some timing updates for him. It seems like he was actually pretty on the money, and AP did a nice job yesterday of correlating all his trades. And the timing has gotten better and better. So if anyone's curious, there's a trade log there. It seems like he's won most of them. And he had a really good trade. I think it was, let me just go open this up. It was on FOMC, so it kind of worked out. But he's been pretty bang on, and the trades have been getting better and better. And so right now he's setting at about 75% win rate. And it's just gotten better over the last couple of days. I'm surprised on FOMC, he was just bang on. Like every single trade was just accurate. So nicely done, AP, on that list. But I'm going to just watch for George to give us a signal on some of these trades because his timing has been much improved, and there's fewer and fewer discounts, which I really like. Because we get a signal, we buy the play, and then we wait for the unwind before we get out of it or buy the opposing. That's been working pretty well for zero data options. Even the 7,500 puts that he got, or he told us about at 353, they went from about $50 to 1,000. So, nice, more than 10x trade there. I got them at 90 just because I saw it a bit late, and I still got a nice win there of 10x. So I'm just going to watch George for SPX for the most part, but to me, the top watches are Micron. I want to see what it does at 800. Palantir, I'm interested in buying the USO dip. SPY, I'm going to sell most of my leaps or most of my swings because I don't like it when you are bunking around the call wall here. And we're going to open at 75. Let's go see spread X here really quickly. We're going to open at 75.30-ish roughly on SPX. Maybe they do a little shake and bake where they dump it on retail in the first hour of trading and then they buy it up after, or this might continue selling down to 744 is kind of the target that I have, and that'll take care of this gap there. So that's that. Apple does look dumpy. I was looking at this. They're probably just dumps, but as long as 307 or 302-ish area holds, I do like calls on this. I think it's just oversold for whatever reason. I don't see anything wrong with their earnings play or their earnings video, but it is what it is. There's another chart that I want to go through. Oh, TE. TE had some news coming out this morning. They got some nice deals, and the contracts are pretty cheap. I'm looking at the 4.5 calls. They're $25. Maybe in the 5 at 14. I might just get a couple of them and see where they go. And I think this is setting up for a nice cup and handle consolidation, and then this will just kind of break out towards 560, 580, 590, $600 or $6. Sorry. in the next couple of days. So I like how this chart is shaping up, but I'm going to give it some time. I might just take the 4.5 call weeklies because they're A, very inexpensive, and B, I think I like the risk and reward on those. So we'll see where that goes. UNH dumping. Yeah, they probably have some news, but we'll see where this goes. Oh, so he meant not UNH. Never mind. UNH actually does look good for calls, to be honest. Like I like this pattern when I see this. I don't know what it's called, but like this is almost like a double cup and handle, and then it just makes a W shape afterwards. So this is pattern recognition. I think this is going to go up to like 432. If not this week, then probably the week after. But I'm going to be watching for call entries for the most part. I just don't like how this is shipping up, and I have zero interest in buying puts because the trend has changed to the upside. You're making, let's go review this, right? So both on SPX and SPY, the only exception right now is Qs. When I look at this on a 4 hour, you're making what? Higher highs, higher lows. On the 15 minute, you're making what? Higher highs, higher lows. So I have zero interest in getting puts. I just rather just wait for a reversal and play that instead because the trend right now is in your favor, at least for the last couple of days. Obviously, we had this huge sell-off on Wednesday, and then we ended up bouncing up quite a bit. So congrats if you swung calls. If you swung puts, you might be a bit cooked, but it might work out. I have no idea. And we'll see where this opens up and where this goes, but I have zero interest right now outside of watching Micron and maybe the USO dip, and I'll just see where this goes. But I want to sell most of my 750s and 770s for the end of the year because I'd rather just take the win at this point in time. Especially when something's in the money, you might as well just take the win. And we open in about 30 seconds. I'm really curious to see where this goes.
Wow, those micron calls got obliterated.
I'm not worried. They'll come back. And one thing I got to do is sell these damn calls before I forget. 750C. Watching position. Most for end of August at 1275 per con. Keeping most trimmed. Half at 23. Damn. Micron will eventually come back, so I'm not worried about that. And he's bearish. We'll give it a minute or two to see if we get a apex print. Oh, they're buying the 7,500 calls and the 7,400 puts. Fucking A. The 7,400 puts are very cheap. It might be worth taking them. I'm going to send an order for 5 at 25 on TE. And what I want to do is watch SPX really quickly. Because the 7,400 puts are mad cheap. They're 60 bucks, 70 bucks, whatever. So I don't know why they're doing that, but it is what it is. Whoa, the Microsoft calls came back. What the fuck? Whoa. Wow, I was not expecting those to come back at all. That was hilarious. Well, that is what it is. I might do a start on USO right here. I kind of like it. Oh, well, George is bullish as hell. That's kind of suspicious. George did say to get the 75 calls right before open. They're only $1. Like, it's. Do you want to take the gamble on these? It might be fun. If you can get fill at 80, even better. And I'll size up on the reversals, whatever the reversals are today. Probably on the downside, to be honest. And Sky got some QQQ calls. I think he got the 690s at 120. They're at 180 already. I don't think it's worth chasing, to be honest. You know what? These call premiums actually aren't moving that much. I'll give it some time, see where it goes. Lotto 75 C's at 80 per con in here. And then I'm curious to see what Micron does. I think it's going to reverse up. I don't want to watch for it because the 820s are pretty cheap at 240, 250. Okay, well, these are up 40% already. What the hell? Watching position. Well, shit, there's 100. That was fast. Wasn't expecting that, but here we are. If I were you, I'd take the win. I don't like this pump. Something is strange. I just can't put my finger on it. Okay, what the fuck are they doing? There's 80. Watching position. What are you watching, dude? What? Micron calls coming in. There you go. That's what I thought. There's 90 on these fucking SPX calls. There's 100. If I got 100% in by 9:45, I'm just not gonna do anything until I get a reversal signal from George because I don't see the point. Watching position. I just want to take a screenshot of 100 and I'll just cut the stream because fuck it, who cares? There's 110. I'm gonna sell one, leave the other for Valhalla. Fuck it. What do I care? Watching position. I really don't like this. I don't know what else to say. I don't like this. Why is it ripping? Why are you ripping? Why are you ripping? Makes zero sense to me. Something suspicious. Hey, you know what? If you want to gamble the 850 calls on Micron, they're pretty inexpensive. Here, let's see if we can get a dollar fill. How about that? It's weird that I want to play puts. Why do I want to play puts? They look decent, interestingly enough. I know he's saying full size. I'm just going to wait until I get another apex print because I don't want to chase. When it's up 100%, you should not be chasing anything. I think we're in negative gamma. That's why they're just buying everything up. Oh, there goes Tesla. Is it positive Gex? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know what the gamma exposure here looks like. The 7,300 people haven't left yet, which is interesting. Why is this target so fucking high up? 585s? Are we getting 7,600 today? That'd be hilarious. That would be funny as hell to me. Sean's saying there's no Gex level till 75, 65. Yeah, I can see that. I don't have levels up here either. Like, you're going to skip here from, what is it, 504 to this area where you're rejecting from, and then eventually 79. So yeah, after this, I'm literally out of levels because you're at all-time highs. So the next level is like 7610. No, actually, I should add that in there. There you go. And probably right around there. And if I was doing the smart thing, I would add a level right up here at 7630. But I don't think we're going to get to 30 today. Oh, fucking micron. All right, whatever. I'm going to hold them. See what happens. Let's see what Microsoft's doing right here. It's just going to go. But Amazon. That's just going to go. Well, we did get 100% there. Now it's going back red. Excellent. Give me a dip so I can buy it. Holy enough, kind of like Tesla puts here. This is a double top. I think it's going to come back to like 300, maybe 302. Oh yeah, they're buying the puts anyways. Okay, well, that kind of works out for me. Aha! Loading puts into the rip. There you go. There you go, dudes. I'm going to close one. Lock in some profit. And then what I'm going to do is look at the put side. 75, 35 puts are what? Oh, they're $1,400. Not worth it. If you wanted to, you could get the 75.20s. Oh, what the heck? Oh, no, that's just a glitch. Never mind. I just don't know where it's going to go. I don't like that they're buying these puts, though. This is actually a pretty good strike, 763. I like that. I don't like this one, though. I think they're going to dump it on retail in a minute or two. 7,500 puts aren't bad at 450. So Ribbon gonna catch bids. I kind of like it here. I want to get the 16 calls for Friday. If I can get 5 at 20, even better. But what I want to see is what Micron does here. I think it's going to pop, but I can't tell. You see this rejection here? That's what I was worried about. Okay, let's see if it holds. If it flips it, I'm okay with calls. If it doesn't, then I'm going to look at downside. I don't have a level till 75.50 basically. Yeah, they might actually pump it to 75, which is what George said this morning. I didn't believe him. He literally said this at 8:20 a.m., 75.75. Those went 100% already. But I'll see where these go. It's not a bad idea to just wait for unwind and then ape the other side. What I do like is this. They're buying the RUT calls and the IWM calls and QQQ calls and NDX calls. What I don't like is this one, the SPX puts. But either way, if you're telling me on SPX calls, you're still up like 70%-ish. Rivian, we'll see where it goes. TE, Micron might just be dead. But I don't know. I think it comes back. Let's see what Tesla's doing here. It should come back down a little bit before going higher. I kind of like Tesla calls in a second. Just give it a bit of time. And Amazon calls are coming in, oddly enough, but they've been buying the hell out of this for the last couple of days anyways. Just don't want to chase it up here when it's up like 100% already. Okay, Rivian calls are green, 5%, not bad. TE will give it some time. Micron, if it comes back, it comes back. And you're up 110% again on the SPX calls. All right, well, I did what I can. I'm going to hold them, wait for it to unwind, and ape those instead. See y'all.